All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we're going to go through a few things, database mastery for one, and go through some of the different tools that we've got to touch base with your database. And then we're also going to go through the new flip books that just went live. So we got flip books now for your marketing module, that 26-page branded 100-point home marketing plan. So when you're in a listing presentation, you've got something that you're literally going to knock their socks off with and actually get your listing agreements signed faster with less stress about talking about commissions and pricing and all of that, because you're going to set yourself up as the expert. So with that, let's go ahead and log into Listings to Leads. And let me actually back up real quick. Let's go back to the dashboard. So when you log into Listings to Leads, you're going to land on the dashboard like you see here. And again, before we get to it, for today's topic of database mastery, let me show you but Jennifer, I will show you, there's actually a flip book as well. So if I go to listings, I'll show them to you first, and then I'll show you how to do them. So first, we'll just take a quick look at them. So you got the general one. So right now, all of you, when you go to your listing presentation tab in the listing section, so there's a tab here called listing presentation. The second tab down is called listing presentation flipbook. And you'll see here, this is a general one. So this is not specific to anything. And again, we've got these now specific for a home that you're going to go on a listing presentation to. We've got these for expired listings. So if you got an expired listing in your farm area that you really just want to get, you can create these where every image in them is of that homeowner's home. So we'll get to that again in a second. Just want to show you the general one. So this one is always available for you with an entire marketing funnel. This funnel is actually on the marketing calendar once a month. So every 4 weeks, we rotate through this as a seller-focused lead gen funnel. So for today, let me go back to the main listings page, because what just went live this morning, you are literally the first people to see this. It literally went live about 15 to 20 minutes ago. For any listing I've got in my account with status, listing presentation, expired, or for sale by owner, or FSBO draft, any 4 of these statuses now have that same flip book and listing presentation. So if I click the property address, I'll go to the edit page. So we've had the download listing presentation for a while, and I'll show you what that looks like. That is this. That is the PDF. And so when I go into listing presentation, I can print this up, and I've got actually 2 versions on my desk right now. I got one in a binder. So it's a very beautiful presentation binder. And then I've got another version that was printed and kind of just bound together almost like a notebook. So there's a notebook version I got from, FedEx, Kinko's, any kind of local printer. And then again, I got the other version of the same thing here where, the 3-hole punch binder. And so the beautiful thing about this at the listing level, like what you're looking at here, every single item on here is of their home. So when I'm in the listing presentation and I'm talking to that homeowner, about the marketing that we're going to do for their property, every image on here is of their property. And when you get to, look at that, page 12, the virtual tours, but when you get to page 15, 14 is a great one. You get that big QR code right there. But page 15 right here, when they're looking at the single property website for their home on the paper, or it could be the flip book, which we'll look at in a minute, and they scan that QR code. Go ahead for all of you. Let me make that bigger. And I'm going to bring it down. So if you want right now, go ahead and scan that QR code. And then imagine you are the homeowner and you are now looking at the exact same thing that's on the paper, but now it's on your phone. And that is your home. You're looking at your single property website right on your phone. You talk about making a good impression and that you are ready to start marketing that property. Our clients, even before we did this amazing tool, they were winning listings by just doing what I'm showing you, where they add the property to their account. They had the QR code. They were making this kind of stuff up on their own for the last 10, 12 years until we finally got around to creating this for you. And they've been winning listing presentations so easy. So you can go all the way through it, obviously. Now, here's what's beautiful. So the PDF is right here, right next to it now, Flipbook. So you will see in that same area now, we got a beautiful Flipbook, and it's the exact same thing. So the exact same thing that's on the PDF is now available as a Flipbook. And this is beautiful because now I can take this and I can drop this in a text, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. So if I am going to go on a listing presentation, this might be something that you send ahead of time and they can take a look at it. And I'm telling you, at the time you show up, look at this. Every single, then on the next to the last page there, you see, this is the ending page. So if you got your client review website set up, they can scan that QR code. And this is what it goes to. So if you got your listings to leads client review website set up, notice that domain, scottpierce.amaze.com. All my client reviews from Zillow, Testimonial Tree, Google automatically flow into my client review website. I can add reviews manually. I can just copy and paste if they're somewhere else. And the beautiful thing about the client review website, check this out. You want to put a marketing plan. Now they're already looking at that, so they don't need that. But I have a client review video. I've got more guides, other listings, if you've got them, and just other lead capture there as well. So, and then there we go. Boom. Now that says listings to leads because that's just me. For you, it'll have your broker name on there. So yeah, these are absolutely awesome. And you know what's really cool? In the next few days, we've got a landing page coming as well. So I could actually send this to the homeowner, and then the homeowner, right, would have their address right there, and they can download it. And this way, at least you'll know when they download it. So there's going to be a couple of different ways you could send the PDF right here. You could send a Flipbook that's live right now. And or later, I think probably later this week, the landing page option will be there also. Now, if I come back into my listings, so here's expired. Again, I'm going to click the property address. Here's the PDF. Here's the Flipbook. And you know, I love about the expired and what I love about the expired and the FSBO, right? Look at that. The complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. It's got the homeowner's name and address right there. Prepared for Eric Braden at 7800 Elm Drive, Folsom, California. So, and it's got their home, every single page. And again, they get to page 15. There we go. They get to page 15. They scan either one of those QR codes, you're going to get that listing. Catherine, do you see how to get there now? So Kashif, do you see? So you got to have a listing in your account. Now, again, give me a minute. I'll show you how to add these listings. First, I just want to show you. Here's FSBO, for sale by owner status. And when I click on 123 Sierra, all right, here's my Flipbook for my FSBO. And there we go. The complete marketing plan for sale by owner, prepared for Kevin Franklin at 123 Sierra Drive in Folsom, California. And again, this is that FSBO home. And again, page 15, QR code. They scan that QR code. You're going to get that listing agreement signed. Now, how do we add these listings to our account? So go to your listings dashboard and you click the green add listing button right here, manual. In fact, let me check one more thing first, because literally these just went live like before what we came on the call together. I just want to check FSBO draft and perfect. Okay. Let me explain FSBO draft as a status. This is because a lot of times when you're talking to FSBO homeowners, and we'll be doing a training on FSBOs shortly, but when you're approaching FSBO homeowners, the idea of giving them all the free marketing tools to market their home can seem almost a little bit daunting to them. It's like, wow, like you're really going to offer me all the free tools for me to market my home. Well, we do that because we know they're not going to get it sold. So we want to be able to offer value. We want them to be able to go down that path. That's what they're determined to do, right? When you're a real estate agent and you approach a FSBO with you're stupid, I can get you more money. What are you thinking? That's not a great way to establish a relationship. It's not a great way to add value. They know what you do. At least they think they do. So when we offer them all the free tools for them to market their own home, they love it. So what we found though is it can be a little bit intimidating when you offer them all of these free tools. So we came up with this idea of FSBO draft, so that when I'm talking to a FSBO homeowner, I can say, could I show you a draft version of all the tools? And then they go, yeah. We'll look at a draft version. So the idea is that you could add the listing, which I'll show you now. So when I go to add listing, again, manual, because it's not in the data feed. It's not on Zillow, right? It's not anywhere. How you get those flip books, maybe we should put a little, maybe we might put a little bit of an icon here. But you got listing presentation. You've got, if I come on down here, for sale by owner draft, FSBO, right? FSBO draft, and expired. So when I select any of those statuses, you're going to see name. So this is expired. So expired name, expired email, expired phone. So just drop in their name. So I'll say, right, name, email, phone number. The only information you have to add, street address. So street, city, state, zip. Don't have to add anything else. Don't have to add anything here. Click save and add photo. And on the next slide or the next screen, add the photo. Do a Google Street View, go out and take a photo of the property. I would say find one online, but obviously don't ever use another person's photos that they paid for unless you get permission. So I would just go take a photo of the property because I want it to look good. I'm not gonna have my professional photographer go out there, of course, but I am gonna go out there, take a photo of the property, come back, load it up, and I'm going to have the listing presentation, whether I download the PDF and I print it up and you can't see it on my camera on, but I'm holding in my hand a nice, elegant 3-ring binder with the paper, right? In there. And then I got another version here in my hand, and it is actually, it's just printed and then bound together. So it's almost more like a magazine, which I think is kind of cool, right? You can hear me flipping it. And so again, it looks just like a magazine, laying on the coffee table. It's actually kind of nice. I'll take a picture of it a little bit later and I'll put it in the mastermind group for you to give you an idea. So does everybody though now see how you can create these? Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, here's what you do. Go to listingsoleads.com/250. And here, if I scroll down, there's a lot of stuff here. Page 2, I'll put this link in here. FSBO, we got expired, short form videos, new construction's a great one. I got to update this. Oh my gosh, that's going to have to get updated today. But for FSBO, so if I click on FSBO, expired's another great one, obviously, to click on. There's a video walkthrough, which I need to redo that one. But for FSBO, excuse me, we got the FSBO landing pages. So here's the landing page. We got the whole marketing funnel. So this is how we generate FSBO leads. So we get this to the FSBO. In fact, I had a guy yesterday in the mastermind group. He took the e-flyer for this, sent it to the FSBO homeowner, and apparently the FSBO homeowner became a lead off of it. It was a one-off. And so how do you find the FSBO information? Well, he found him on Zillow, I think. I think he found him on Zillow somewhere. But if I scroll down here, you're going to see identify FSBOs. So you can use paid services, right? So you got My Plus Leads, Mojo, RedX, but you can also use Zillow, Craigslist, right? There's other programs, websites you can go to find, you can drive around your neighborhood, right? Go to a Facebook Marketplace, maybe. So there's a lot of ways to find the FSBOs. Can you update from we to, yes, I think I've got myself set up as a team, right? The Pierce Home Selling team. And so that flips everything to the we. I believe if you're running as a single agent and you go look at that stuff, you'll see that it says I. So, but let's support no, or if not. Yeah. But yeah, let's support no if you need to. And sometimes the we, don't forget, right? You got your lender, you got your broker, you got your office, you got your company, you got your title people, you got your inspectors, you got you know what I mean? There is no I in real estate except for the responsibility to get your own business, of course, right? We know that. But on the other hand, it's been a while since we did that. So the term, the idea of we, I think is may just be the way it is with that idea in mind, right? You had to do one or the other, right? We may not have been able to do both. So the we just might be, I got my office behind me. I got my company behind me. I got my broker behind me. I got my lender with me. I got my inspectors. I got right. You get it. There's a team around you, even though it might not be a formal team. But anyways, that's a bit of an aside. So yeah, go ahead and read through this and you're going to see here again. We talk about FSBO landing pages. Expired is very similar, right? We got expired landing pages. And then if I scroll down, the FSBO PDF guides as well. And again, we got expired PDF guides. So I'll leave that up here because I'm going to have to come back into this a little bit later. I'm going to have to update this because now with all these new tools, that's the problem with new tools, right? You do something new and now I got to go update everything. So you all get the benefit of these awesome tools. I get the benefit of having to now go through and update all of our training. So are we good on the flip books and all that kind of stuff? Everything. So again, flip books now are live for specific listing presentations. As you see here, my 1200 Riley, they are now live for expired listings and they are now live for FSBO and FSBO draft. So can't wait to get your feedback. I want to hear you using them. I want to hear how you're using them once you are start to win listing presentations. But there is probably not a week that goes by that someone doesn't tell me that, I sent my PDF to my seller, or, I printed it and I presented, or whatever. And they get the listing agreement signed. So, I don't know and again, I think I've got a training coming up on this, but if you have not read Jordan Cohen's book, The Agent's Edge, highly, highly, highly can't recommend it enough. I see so many trainers and they talk about going to the listing presentation and how to do the CMA and how to talk about commission. And, you're putting the cart before the horse, because if you've not established that you are the one that can get that home sold and that you've got the marketing plan of the ages, when every other agent walks in there with their 1-page slick and you come in there with 26 pages, and then to get ahead of it, if we can get that in front of all the homeowners in our area, we're going to do even better. They're not even going to talk to that one other person because they're going to have seen my 26-page marketing plan and go, why would I need to talk to somebody else? Right. And I can't wait to get feedback from somebody. I know somebody's going to. Someone's going to give me this feedback at some point soon, where they're going to tell me the homeowner had a listing presentation with another agent and they were all ready to go with them. And then they saw my listing presentation online and they saw the 26 pages and they called me up and listed with me instead of this other person, because instead of that 1-page slick from the other agent talking about how they're going to market their home, they wanted the 26-page plan that I have. And so you're going to see people with this flip book, with this PDF, using that landing page that's going to go live in the next few days to literally, I don't want to say the word steal, but get homeowners who are thinking about that other agent to now go with you, all because of that presentation. So let's see here. We are supposed to be talking about the database today. Let me see here. Looks like there might be a few more questions on that. In Toronto, Canada. Yeah, why wouldn't it be, right? You got Facebook up there, you got print marketing, you got all that stuff. Now, when you go to print, maybe with the flip book, we'll see what we can do later. You don't have to print all the pages. So for example, in the PDF here, just one more thing and we'll get off this. Well, that's the flip book. But when I go to print the PDF guide, for example, I can skip any page I need, right? But in Canada, right, they got email marketing and YouTube and short form videos, virtual tours. I don't, what would be, now the only thing is in Canada, we do have text code for Canada. I haven't checked that on here, but I'm pretty sure we got that correct. Let me know though, if not, or I'll try to think to go, but yeah, I don't see anything on here that would preclude somebody in Canada from using it. If you see anything, let me know. But yeah, I think you're good to go. Go get it. All right. So in listings to leads, I clicked on the marketing calendar. So in the top left here in the blue, in my blue horizontal bar, says marketing calendar. Click on that. And there is so much to do with listings to leads. You will literally never use all that we have to offer. I just don't think it's possible for anybody. So what you want to do is, I think, come to the marketing calendar and we rotate, we change up the different marketing funnels. And so you're going to see here Monday, every Monday we talk about marketing a listing that is for sale, right? It could be our listing, a borrowed listing. It could be a new construction listing. And if I click on that, you're going to see we've got social media marketing tools for free and paid. We got tools for the database, and we've got tools for your geofarm and circle prospecting. When I click on the guide, and I want to just show this I just want to review this with you real quickly, because I want to make sure that you understand that marketing a listing every single week with our playbook, it's not about just marketing that listing, because when you market a listing, you're promoting your brand. Your brand is getting promoted big time. You're generating buyer leads. We all want more buyer leads. We're going to attract seller leads within that marketing. Oftentimes, homeowners, before they contact an agent about selling their property, before they even get serious about actually thinking about selling their property, they start looking at other properties online. So they may go to Zillow, they may go to realtor.com, they're going to be on Facebook, and they're going to see, that beautiful property that's in their area, and they're going to click on it because they're going to want to see, what is it selling for? What does it look like? How does it compare to their house? So you attract seller leads when you market listings for sale. And again, it doesn't have to be your listing. It could be your listing. It could be a borrow listing. You could go find a new construction to market. It's going to help you win more listings because you're just a better marketer. You're going to be more confident, right? You don't want to be the person that walks into a listing presentation and the last time you marketed a listing was 2.5 months ago, right? You want to stay up on that. We want to make sure that every week, we want to make sure that listing is in our geofarm. As much as possible, we want to find a listing to market that fits both our buyer and seller avatar. We want to make sure that we are staying in front of our best audience possible. We don't want to pick a listing that's too expensive. We don't want to pick one that's too cheap. It can be fun to market luxury property, right? If that's your market, good for you. But I want you to be thinking about a listing that fits our buyer and our seller profile, our avatar, as much as possible. Even got a little blurb if you need help on how to borrow a listing. Just had a client, oh man, about 2 weeks ago, she was telling me that she was like, thank you so much for helping me, with this idea of borrowing a listing, because I went and I talked to a few agents who said no. And then another agent said yes. And they actually thanked me because they wanted help getting this thing marketed, because it had been on the market for a few weeks, and she was able to generate leads from it. So again, it doesn't have to be your listing, but you want to have that new, imagine, when you're on, any social media, you don't want to market the same listing all the time because that gets old, right? So sometimes when we have our own listing, we can get stuck marketing that same listing over and over and over again. And so that's why every week, a new listing, ours, borrowed, or new construction. And then if I go to, we got a download checklist. So every item on here, I think every item on this whole calendar has a checklist. And when you download it, you're going to see that there are items for social media right here, free and paid social media, database, and email. So I want to focus on the database and email components this week. and you're going to, or in this call, and you're going to see there's an e-flyer and then there's a call script. So we got emails, we got call scripts. And then for you listing agents, we got tools for your seller. So I'm going to use the drop down and I'm going to select my open house listing. And again, this could be my listing of any status, coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. This could be the listing I'm going to borrow this week to market. This could be a listing I'm going to borrow to hold open. And this could even be new construction where I got permission to market new construction. New construction is awesome to market. So if you get new construction in your area, I talk a lot about establishing relationships with builders. In fact, if you go to listingstoleads.com/250, you saw on page 2, there's a whole training on new construction. We got an entire new construction training on how to do that. And in there, you'll see where I talk about marketing specific new construction properties, but also how you can market new construction developments in addition to that. So when I'm in the tools, you're going to see here, I got an e-flyer from a database. This is not an IDX e-flyer. This is not an MLS e-flyer. This e-flyer is designed to do 2 things: to pull buyers out of your database, to engage them, and to engage those buyers that have a home to sell in particular. So you see how we got that get your free home value down there? So when people get this e-flyer, they go to the single property website. So here's my single property website. And again, this could be a listing that I borrowed from another agent. It could be my listing. It could be the new construction listing in my area that I'm promoting this week. But you want that piece of content. And what do you be thinking about? Listings are content. Don't think about listings as listings. Just think about listings as grade A content to engage your audience. It's just now, how do I leverage that content? How do I take this content and package it and repackage it in a way that is going to engage my audience? You see here, the second part of the e-flyer, right? When this home is sold, it'll affect your home's value. People click that and they go to my landing page. And then down here, here's my listings to lead signature. And here's my client reviews. People click that, they go to my client review website, just like what we saw before. So getting this email to our database is critical. So what I like to do is either you can send it through listings to leads, or you can send it through your CRM. So through listings to leads, you can either click send now, select the list you want to send to. So I would send it to all my buyer leads, click send, or I could click copy code, go to my CRM, and it literally takes about 30 seconds. Whatever CRM you're using, you can always send out an email blast. So in Line Desk, you go to contacts, and then you just select bulk email. So you just navigate to wherever it is that you're going to send this. And all we're going to do is just drop that email right there. So there's a button here called source. You see that little pop-up, and I just click and paste. And there we go. So this is promoting my open house on Sunday from 1 to 4. If it was a coming soon listing, it would just say coming soon. If it was just listed or active/for sale, right? It'll have all the proper verbiage, little slideshow, the information about your home value so that all the homeowners in the area or that get this will click on that. And for the subject line, I'll say open house in, and then I'm going to send it to my buyer leads, or I'll schedule it. Always send yourself a test email first, make sure all the links work, make sure the formatting looks good, but get that to your database. It will start engaging more of those people, because you'll get people clicking to see the listing. You're going to get people clicking to see get their home value. You're going to get people clicking to see your client review website. A beautiful email, very clear, very easy for the people to get through. And then after you send out the e-flyer, so here's the deal. After you send out the e-flyer is meant to be the grease that helps you with the next part. So the e-flyer is great, but notice right below it, database call script. So the idea here is that you will now call your top 5 and 10 buyer leads. And I would also call some of the people that click the single property website link or the free home value link, maybe that they don't fill out anything, but they just click it, I might call them up as well. So it's a great script. So I might call up and say, hey, Jennifer, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and right, your brokerage, Remax, EXP, Colo Banker. And it's well, they know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I sent you an email, and I'm just reading in the gray part here. I sent you an email with a link to the single property website with all the photos and details. And I just want to make sure you got that. You could also text 10006 to 25678, and the virtual tour will get sent to you via text automatically. With the way the market is, I just want to make sure to let you know about this open house. Let me know if you'd like more information or would like to schedule a showing. Now, there's 3 ways that these scripts can end. So if it's a buyer lead, you can get more information about them, what they're looking for, ask if they want to be put on your VIP list of off-market and coming soon properties. And if they would like to get your free guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So as I'm talking to somebody, right, they click my e-flyer for the listing of the week that I'm marketing. And if I have them on the phone, or even if I have a voicemail, if I'm leaving a voicemail, I'm going to offer one of my PDF guides because I want to be able to have value and get them interested in other things related to real estate. So get the e-flyer to your buyer leads. And I would do that today. Today is Tuesday. I would get this to my buyer leads today. And then again, I would call up 5 to 10 of my hot buyer leads and or 5 to 10 people that open up the email. And now I would never, you know, you can do whatever you want to do, but I don't think I would ever say, oh, I see that you opened up my email. Right. So I'm going to know they opened up the email or they clicked a link in the email, but I'm just going to call and talk to them like normal. Now, if they bring it up, like they may say, oh my God, that's so funny. I just, clicked the link. I was looking at the single property website and, I saw your great client reviews. You sound like an amazing agent. Can you come list my property? Right. That's what you want. So, but that could never happen if you don't send the email and if you don't make the phone call. Make sense? So what we're trying to do here, like everything else, is we're trying to create opportunities to get business. And so by sending out that email, by making the phone call with the script, you're going to get more business. Next up for today, and again, you don't have to do today's today, tomorrow's tomorrow. You can do whatever you want, but we do want to calendar them out for you so that you've got a systematic methodology for getting through all of this. All right. Now, another one here, sold pending. This is another, I think, critical funnel that you want to be doing every single week. If you click where it says step-by-step guide, you'll see why. So here, if I click, I try to give a little bit of information as to why I think this is so important to you. So, I want to spend a little time here, and I like to, hopefully I'm persuading you as to the importance of doing this every single week, even when you don't have a pending or sold listing. I cover that as well, but you want to be associated, right? We are real estate agents. We want to be associated with listings going into contract, with listings getting sold, because if people think about me when they think about those 2 things, they're going to be more likely to call me up, to reach out to me when they're ready to sell. Because what do homeowners want to do? They want to get their homes into contract and they want to sell their homes. So I want to be talking about those things that they're thinking about. Does that make sense? So while we're marketing the listing that is for sale, because that's going to attract a lot of people, it's going to get a lot of people into our audience. We also want to be marketing pending and sold. And I'm going to walk you through how to do it even when we don't have a pending or sold. But these are, and, for the last 10 years, pending and sold listings generate the best quality seller leads for the money all day long. So there's the guide. I'm going to go to one of my, and you could be the selling agent. So if your buyer is in contract on a listing, you can add it to listings to leads and market it as pending, in contract, active, contingent, as the buyer's agent, as the selling agent. Obviously, you can do this as a listing agent. You better be doing this as a listing agent. All right. As a listing agent, you better be doing it. And when you don't have a listing, I'll show you what to do in a minute. But so if I go to market listing and I've got the e-flyer from my database, and I'm letting people know about this listing that just sold in my area. Again, people click, they go to the single property website. Here we flip the call to action and the lead capture from buyer to seller. So that's why now on a pending and sold listing, you'll see get home value. And if you've been on my calls, you know that I change the property description. Once that listing is sold, I change the property description to this, and I'm going to drop my link. I'm going to drop my link into the GoToWebinar control panel, and I'm going to select that message. I'm going to drop it in. I'm going to send to all. So you all now have this, and I'm giving it to you again because I want you to take a look at what I did in my property description in the text right there, where instead of talking about how beautiful this home is, I'm talking about how my 100-point home marketing plan got this property sold. So I'm not going full story mode here. Hey, you can, right? If you want to put your little case study and how you help, a little bit more color behind it, go for it. That would be awesome. But at a minimum, right? This is my minimum right here. So every pending listing, I flip that property description to this because again, I know more homeowners are going to start to see my marketing. And so again, the e-flyer for your database, I'm going to send this to all of my seller leads. So again, either I can send it through listings to leads, click send now. I got my seller leads selected and I can just right click to send. I can also send a test email to myself. And again, I can click copy code, go to my CRM, right? KV Core, Sierra Interactive, navigate to my email blast. Once you do this once, you realize just how crazy, easy, and fast it is. You click the source button, you paste that in there, you close it. I got my beautiful e-flyer right there. Look at that. Gorgeous. My signature at the bottom. Beautiful slideshow right there of the property. And I'm gonna send that to my seller leads. Now, real quickly, if you do not have a pending or sold listing this week, I still want you to get the benefit of this strategy, and you can. So I'm going to show you my listing so you can see it, and then I'm going to show you how to do it real quickly. So you see right here, well, first of all, let me show you just sold listing agent, just sold selling agent. And when you do a selling agent, we actually change all the verbiage around. But you see this pending listing and it says another home in Folsom. And then you'll see down here, sold, another home in Folsom. So here's what you do. When you go to add, so if I don't have a manual list, if I don't have a pending listing, go add listing manual. And I'm going to change this to, maybe I'll say under contract. So my headline, and then I'm just going to here, the only thing different, two things that are different, another home in. So instead of the street address, do another home in, city, state, zip. If you want to add that, you can. Maybe add my property description here. Go to save and add photos, and then add a photo. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to go back to my listing here. And then this way you can see how it comes out. Because you might be looking at that and going, well, that's going to look really weird. So again, notice, right, instead of saying 333 Main Court or 15 Ambient Way or 4704 Gold Lane, it says another home in. And so when you're going to go to market, check how this looks. So when I go to do a Facebook ad for this, you're going to see the image I use. So so here I got pending in Granite Bay. It's a list. It's kind of down the street. And the other thing I do here is I just take off the comma. Another home in Fulton, California is now pending, expected to close soon. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. So this way, when I generate leads off of this, I can then reach out to them, right? Let them know about the homes that just went into contract, what homes just went pending. I can do the same idea for sold. I can share with them the listings or the properties that have sold in the last 30 days or whatever it is. but this way I can create opportunities to engage with homeowners. So this is almost like a different slant on the what is your home worth marketing funnel that we have. So we've got the standard, what is your home worth? Oh, I go click, I get my home value. This is a little bit of a slice of that. And the reason why it's better, the reason this is better than just the standard, what is your home worth, is because it's related to something happening in the area, right? A property just went into contract, a property just sold. And so we're leveraging that message, even when we don't have a listing that went into contract or a listing sold. As long as something happened in your market in the last 30 days, you're good to go. So is everybody clear on that? Because this literally is one of the best ways to generate seller leads, is marketing pending or sold listings where you're the listing agent, where you're the selling agent, and where you're going to use the general version. You mentioned KV Core. I just mentioned any CRM, right? So any CRM out there. Now you can get your leads, make sure your leads are going to your CRM. I'll show you that a little bit later. But here we got the e-flyer for your database. Now notice edit email. I'm going to click edit because the word in is in there twice. Now that happens just because of the format, the templates that we have. So when I do the ad, right, I take out the extra in or the comma, and then in the e-flyer, and then I can send it again to all of my seller leads here. I can take that and drop it into KV Core, Line Desk, and so on. So listing, sold, pending. Now we got 3 more. The PDF guide for a buyer. Every week we alternate between seller and buyer guides. This week we're doing the first time home buyers guide. So that's going to go to the buyer leads. The iBuyer cash offer, that will be going to our seller leads. And then we got Friday, we got down payment assistance. So today's Tuesday. I would try to get the listing and the sold done today. And then set up your PDF guide for buyer. Again, we got the checklist, the guide, go to marketing tools. You're going to see here the e-flyer. Here's the e-flyer to send out to my database. And again, I can send this through listings to leads. Send now. I can click copy code, drop that into my CRM. I'm already here. I'll just swap out that code so you can see what this looks like now. And I drop it into and the cool thing about the e-flyers is when people click that image in the email, they don't go to the landing page. They literally just download the guide right from the email. And then you will get a lead notification letting you know that Scott Pierce just downloaded your PDF guide, first time homebuyers guide. So I want to get that to all of my buyer leads. So if I send out the emails today to my buyer and seller leads, set this up to go out on Thursday, or come in here and send it out on Thursday to your buyer leads. Database call script. I am then going to call through, again, my top 5 to 10 leads. The goal here is that we don't want to wait until the end of the year to do a big push to call through our database. And hey, if your database is only 14 people, that's fine. You're going to have to call them once a month, and you're going to also have to start generating some more leads, get that database built up. But make sure, don't be the agent that's going to start this next week, right? Next week never comes. Next week is always next week. Start doing it today. And if you can only manage to call 1 or 2 people, that's probably better than what you did yesterday. So start small, start slow, but try to be consistent. Coming back to the marketing calendar. Again, I'm in the marketing calendar in listings to leads. For Thursday, we got iBuyer. Again, here's a checklist, marketing tools. And we got the e-flyer. Here we got a bunch of different ones. Let me actually send myself one. I can show it to you. Cash offer, home sale option available, Scott, yada, yada, yada. Awesome. E-flyer. Send test email. I like this platform. Yeah, the best thing is I would just get in the mass. I'll show you here. Give me a second here. I'll show you. Give me a second. I'm gonna pop out that email from my other monitor. Yikes. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Give me a second here. cash offer. So this is the iBuyer. And again, set this up to get sent out on Thursday. And there it is. It just popped up on my other monitor. So that's the landing page that email goes to. And completely editable, right? All the landing pages are completely editable. So send it, schedule it, copy the code, go to your CRM, get that out the door or get that scheduled to get sent out. And then database call script right here. Database call script, call through the top 5 to 10 seller leads. So the PDF guide, we're going to send that on Wednesday or Thursday. The iBuyer, and again, that's going to go to our buyer leads. iBuyer cash offer to our seller leads. And then the last thing is, down payment assistance. That might be something that you send to your buyer leads and set that up to go out on Saturday. So again, marketing tools, download checklist. So if I go to marketing tools, come down to eFlyer for your database. This is a good one. Stop paying your landlord's mortgage. You're making them rich. Great news. Down payment assistance is available for first-time buyers. Don't miss an opportunity. Awesome email. Again, send test, copy code, go into my CRM, set that up, send it out on Saturday. So you have got amazing tool for your database, right? And so Tracy, really the best thing is, I would say, get into the mastermind group, follow the marketing calendar, right? Everything is on the marketing calendar. Now, if there's something like you need listings into your account or there's something you're missing from your account, let our support team know, but just come here. Now you could either go to the day that we're on or just pick whatever you want. So for example, let's just say new construction, step-by-step guide. And then you'll see, I always recommend reading through this. So I would read through it first. I try to keep it simple. I realize nobody wants to sit here and read for, 17 hours trying to figure something out. Examples of, so remember I was talking about, you can market specific new construction, or you could market new construction development. So here, for example, I'm marketing new construction homes at El Dorado. That's a development in the area. Here's another landing page, $9,000 in incentives at Park Condos in South of Market. So here's another landing page where I'm marketing. Now, again, I can market specific units as a regular listing in my Listings to Leads account like I normally would. But again, I can use landing pages from Listings to Leads to market development. So whether it's a condo building, whether it is a single family home development, you get the idea, right? Townhomes. It could be, whatever, right? New homes at the Denali and El Dorado Hills. Notice I even got a little widget, right? A little chat widget here popping up, and you can add beautiful new homes and shopping. And I'll tell you what's really cool. And these landing pages could be full video. So in Listings to Leads, here, let me show you. Any questions on anything I've covered? Anybody want to see me add a video to a landing page? In fact, this week, right, down payment assistance was the Friday funnel. If I come to down payment assistance right here, and if I go to edit, let me show you something so cool. Let me see here. I might be in the wrong edit. Let me go to marketing tools. There we go. Marketing tools, edit, domains. Let me show you something. Look at that domain. Stop renting, start owning. So this is the landing page. I got a little video there, that little baby throwing money out the window. Stop renting, start owning in Folsom. Down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. When I go to the editor, and so that video could be me, right? I could be talking or whatever. That's why you see, I can do a lot of different cool things here. And so now, instead of having the little baby video on the left, and maybe that little baby video was me talking about my down payment assistance program for local home buyers. Maybe it's me talking about how I helped local home buyers qualify for down payment assistance to be able to buy the home that they, to buy their dream home. You got full screen video in the background. So I can do a little side video or a full screen video. And you can do this on the single property websites. You can do this on any landing page, right? The home value landing pages. Look at that. Folsom, stop renting, start owning. So now that down payment assistance e-flyer, right? When I go back to the marketing calendar, and really, marketing calendar, sometimes I think like I could just change the name of that to like marketing funnels and just put a list here, right? Of all of these, because these are what they are. They're just the most popular marketing funnels. And we just throw them into a calendar that makes the most sense based on the successes over the last 15 years of working with agents. But to kind of put a period on that, the down payment assistance again, when I go to the marketing tools, now that you see the down payment assistance landing page, right? We got the e-flyer, right? Because that's the e-flyer. I want you to send that out this week. In fact, let me click send test email. And let me go to my other monitor. Give me a second here. Let me grab, oh, there we go. There we go. Bring it up. And I'm going to pop that email out. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. Just 1 second here. All my branding. So these are my branding colors. So that gold and I guess it's a dark gray. That's my branding. So whatever your branding is, it will match. Right? People click and the landing page comes up. And of course, that came up in the other monitor. But there you go. Right? Down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. People click, continue. I'm using the Facebook registration lead form. Right? I've got my TCPA language. So you can always, so let me show you 2 more things before we go. Are there any questions about anything we covered? And then let me just cover CRM integration and then TCPA, because I know a lot of people are talking about that. All right. But real quickly, any questions on what wait, where is this? I got distracted. Good thing I'm recording this. So, yeah. Well, the landing page was in the landing page section, if that's what you're asking for. So when I go to landing pages, down payment assistance right here, right? We got free home values. In fact, I hate that image of my upload image. Change the image on that landing page. And that could be, again, that could be a video. That could be a video to the left of the lead form. But let me go to the profile. And there's 2 things in the profile. Connecting your CRM to listings to leads so that all of the leads drop in. Now we've got follow-ups and we got AI text follow-up, which I highly recommend. I mean, the only thing about the AI text follow-up is you're going to want to make sure that you're spending at least, $80 to $100 a week to have enough leads running through it. Right. And then it's just a numbers game. I mean, if you took your budget that you're spending on Zillow, right? How many of you are paying Zillow, what, $800 or more a month? And you're getting no branding from it. You're fighting with other agents for the leads. You're probably going to get dropped anyways. If you took that $800 to $1,000 and you just ran, if all you did was run Facebook ads with our AI text follow-up connected to it, you would be net positive in probably 2 months. But CRM integration right here. So again, in my profile, CRM integration, any CRM you've got, we can connect to, I'm pretty sure. I've never heard of anyone not having something that we can connect to. So whether it's, the CRM directly, so Boomtown, Lofty, Follow-Up Boss, right? Jared James, KV Core, right? Realty Juggler, Real Geeks, Sierra Interactive, right? Wise Agent, Top Producer. Now, if your CRM is not listed here, you might be using a different CRM. They will have what is called a lead forwarding email address. Just ask their support for it if you're not sure what it is, but it'll be like this crazy looking email. You're going to see the email and you're going to think like, who got bombed and came up with this idea? That's the right email. So you'll take it, you'll put it right here, you'll click save, and then all your leads will go to your CRM. Again, get with our support team if you need to. Make sure you got that dialed in. And then the other thing is TCPA, which if you come under account. So we're still in the profile and legal. And the only thing that we don't have live yet, which hopefully will be live tomorrow, And I just got I'm just playing around, right, with different language here on my own. But you've got those default language in here, so you can edit it though if you need to. And we are going to start recording and passing the information agreed to with the lead detail. And I'm not sure if that came live today or tomorrow, but that's the kind of the last part we're waiting on. Any questions on any of that? Sorry, again, you don't have your own CRM system. Yes, we support every CRM. So any CRM you've got, we can connect to. And then again, we've got follow-ups. So here's follow-ups. Right now it's email only. We're going live with we're going live with a power calling feature soon, which what it'll do is it'll take all of your leads, it'll line them up with suggested scripts and all the action items. I can just call through. I got the scripts right there, and then I can set activities and other things I can do. And then again, we've also got AI text follow-up. And so that is this right here, right there. Sign up for AI text follow-up, and you get more information there. Any last minute questions before we go? I want to thank everybody for joining me as always. Where can we change the domain? Yeah, that was, again, if I go to landing pages. No, Joseph, I can change every URL in listings to leads. So let me show you both. So at the landing page level, right? And it's just these three here, right? These three landing pages. If I go to, we're talking about new construction, or no, down payment assistance. Just go to edit, and you'll see a tab called domains right there, domains. And then just click the edit. Joseph, you got it? Now the other domain fun you can do is if you go to the profile domains, I can literally connect so let's say I got an IDX website, right? FolsomHomesToday.com. That was my main IDX website. I can come in and I can set it up so that every URL in listings to leads has that domain. And so instead of using search all properties or whatever, it would be your domain all the way through everything. So that's not a lot of people do, but some people do. It's pretty cool. When I see this, always kind of neat because it's very, very clean, very elegant looking. But with that, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us. As always, if you have any questions, get with our support team, get into the mastermind group, and we will help you out as much as possible. Join us tomorrow for Geo Farm Circle Prospecting. We'll talk to you soon.